Hey everyone, my name is Sean Cecil, and today I'm going to teach you how to stop being a slave to your to-do list. One thing that I struggled with a lot when I was younger is I always felt like I had to get everything done and I had to get it done now, and I could not have any peace or relaxation until my to-do list was knocked out. Whether that was when I was working a corporate job at BCG or when I was, starting my company in the early years, I always felt like, if I'm not doing this to-do list, like I don't have the right to be happy. I don't have the right to go enjoy myself. And obviously that's not a recipe for work-life balance. And for many people, they put themselves into this kind of mental state. And if you have that particular dynamic, I personally like to call it the Taskmaster Demon. But so if you're dealing with the Taskmaster Demon, you're basically guaranteed to burn out. It doesn't matter how tough your job is or how tough it isn't. You're never going to be able to set boundaries, either against external demands or against your own internal demands, right? Even if you go and you go off to work for yourself, you're going to be your own boss and you're going to create your own sense of burnout. And then when people burn out, they will very often not work for an extended period of time. And in the long run, it's actually really bad for your productivity. So how do you get past it? How do you overcome the Taskmaster Demon and stop being a slave to your to-do list? It comes down to one simple two-word question, right? When you see the part of yourself that's saying, you've got to do this, and you've got to do this, and you've got to do this, and you can't go do this until you've accomplished this task. When you see that part of yourself, just step back, see it as separate, and then ask it this. So what, right? Just ask it. If I don't go do this that you're telling me I have to do, so what? What's going to happen? What's the consequence, right? And there will be times when there's something that's truly important and truly urgent. And the answer to that so what will be like, hey, listen, if you don't get this done, then you won't close this client and you'll lose out on a multi-$1,000 sale. Okay, that could potentially happen, right? And if that's the case, go do the thing. But what you'll find is that not everything on your to-do list is that urgent and that important. You'll find that many of the things don't really have to get done. And many of them may be really important in the long term, but they don't have to get done right now. And you can say, hey, listen, I can get this all done, and it's in due course, but I can also enjoy my life. But the only way that you can give yourself that space is if you have a sense of what the consequences actually are. And you have to be really honest with yourself here, because sometimes the Taskmaster Demon will blow things out of proportion. It'll say, well, if you don't do this, then this won't happen, and this won't happen, and this won't happen. And we'll paint this crazy chain of events that leads to you being homeless on the street or whatever. And if you have this, long chain, you have to examine every link in that chain, right? Because, one thing about fear is that the mind will typically blow things way out of proportion, which is why you have to step back and give yourself some distance. If you do that, if you really get in touch with the fact that some of the things on the to-do list, it's not going to kill you to not get it done, right? Then you can see that most people, with their minds, especially when it comes to anything related to work or money, they go into this, what's called the Biosurvival Circuit, where they believe that if they don't accomplish this, they're going to die. Now, they don't think this consciously. Nobody thinks, oh man, if I don't get my to-do list done, then I'm just going to drop dead, right? But the subconscious part of the mind, is drawing a thing. Well, if I don't do this, then I won't make money. If I don't make money, then I won't be able to live in my home. And if I can't live in my home, then I'm going to be on the street. And then if I can live on the street, I'm going to starve and die. Right? That is actually the psychological pathway that happens in the subconscious for like 90 to 95% of people, right? And the only way you break that pathway is by actually bringing it to consciousness and actually getting clear on the consequences, right? And yes, you do want to give yourself discipline. Yes, you do want to make sure that you're doing the things that you need to do to meet your goals. But you don't want to sacrifice all your life and all your happiness and refuse to give yourself permission to enjoy some time with your family, or a good workout, or a vacation, or even sitting there playing video games or watching TV or whatever, right? Because if you don't give yourself the chance to enjoy that, then A, what's the point of life? And B is you'll actually end up, as I said, burning out and compromising your productivity in the long run. So, ask yourself when you're in that hectic state, ask yourself, so what? And give yourself the freedom from the Taskmaster Demon. Before you go, I've got a free gift for you. So if you found this video valuable, if it helped you see the world in a new way, and you're interested in building a career that's going to bring you both personal fulfillment and financial prosperity, then I've got a free presentation for you to help you do just that. So if you go to the link below, it's www.oculusinstitute.com/workshop. That's www.oculusinstitute.com/workshop. then it'll take you to a registration for a free presentation. It's about 50 minutes long, that's 50, and it's gonna give you the step-by-step process to building your dream career. See you there.